What's going on, everybody? Marvel Cross 316 back with another comic book flashback. And today, folks, we are looking at the Invincible Iron Man issue number 4. This issue came out in August of 1968. And today, folks, we see Iron Man going up against the Unicorn today. And so this is not the first time that Iron Man has fought the Unicorn. I believe the last time that Iron Man fought Unicorn prior to this issue was Tales to Suspense issue number 56. And so it's been quite some time since Iron Man and the Unicorn have gone up against each other. Today's title is Unconquered is the Unicorn. And today's title is brought to you by Archie Goodwin, who wrote this issue. We have Stan Lee on the editing, Johnny Craig on the artwork, and Sam Rosen on the lettering page. And we begin today's issue off with a continuation from last issue. We saw that while Happy Hogan was trying to save the life of Tony Stark by creating this new Tony Stark Iron Man armor for him to save his life, while that was going on, he unfortunately turned into the Freak, his alter ego. And so now Tony Stark is going to use his rays here and this equipment to change Happy Hogan back to his normal self. And we see that his wife, Happy Hogan's wife, Pepper Potts, a longtime friend of Tony Stark, is looking on with anticipation, praying to God that everything will go smoothly here. While Happy Hogan knows the identity of Iron Man, his wife, Pepper, does not. And so she has a lot of questions and a lot of doubts as to why and what happened between Tony Stark and Happy Hogan last issue. She's still left out of the blue here. So we see that while Tony Stark flips the switch and changes and bathes Happy Hogan in those bright yellow rays here, he changes back to his normal self. But there's also another person that is being uh, changed by these rays as well, but it's behind the Iron Curtain. It's many miles away, and this is where we're going to be introduced to the Unicorn in this series. We have these researchers, these scientists experimenting on the Unicorn here. He's a old-time foe of Iron Man, like I've said, and what we see is when they stop the activator, we see that the Unicorn now has doubled his strength, and he's merely impossible here. And I mean, he can strip and just rip metal from its hinges, as we see here. He can bend metal to his will, and they're like amazed at this newfound strength that these rays have given the Unicorn here. And the Unicorn is given back his old suit. He has a new helmet here that shoots out these beams out of his horn here, and now he's going to seek revenge on any hero that's come across him in the past, and he's also going to be searching for a cure from this activator machine because it is slowly killing him. And so he has to find a cure. And so where will he find that cure? Well, we see that he's had enough with these scientists, so he's going to make do with these guys, and he's going to leave the premises here. And what we see is, he says, but with the enormous might they've placed in my hands, I can get anything I desire, including someone to cure the activator's deadly effects. That's the big goal of the Unicorn here in this issue here. So we see that he is going to fly off. Meanwhile, we see at Stark Industries, Tony Stark is saying goodbye to Pepper and Happy as they drive off, and he's feeling bad about the predicament that he put his two best friends in. They used to work for him way back in Tales to Suspense rather, and so he just feels bad about himself. He's Iron Man in secret, and only Happy Hogan knows about his identity. And so all of a sudden, while he's contemplating as to why he's even a superhero to begin with, he gets a buzz from Miss Greer, and Miss Greer tells him that there's a Congress meeting for scientific achievement and you've been invited. Are you going? And he says to Miss Greer, yes, he'll be there. And it just so happens that the unicorn is going to find out about this meeting. And with all these high profile scientists coming to this meeting, surely one of them can cure him from that activator, from the rays and the effects of the activator. So he's going to travel to America. And that's where we will see most of the development progress here with Iron Man meeting the unicorn here. We see that Tony Stark is going to arrive on time. He has his attaché case just in case if something bad happens. And sure enough, if something bad happens, the cameras that these crewmen are using, they go out of whack here. I mean, they're just not acting their normal self, and it's because of the power of the unicorn as he makes his entrance here. And he's going to cause a lot of damage right here at this meeting. All these scientists are left inside, and the doors have been locked shut, and bullets can't even hit the unicorn as they ricochet off him with the energy field. And we see just a little bit of the unicorn's power here in this issue. So who is going to stop him? Well, it's going to have to be Tony Stark. Well, he hasn't to Iron Man yet. And here's what I was talking about. They haven't met each other since Tales of Suspense issue number 56. And he's looking for Tashi, and he just realized that his case is laying right next to the feet of the unicorn. And so he's going to have to get by him, but he doesn't. The unicorn notices, beams him up right here with his horn. And the only reason why Tony Stark is able to survive these attacks is because of that metal chest plate that he has that helps him to breathe. And so, even though he was able to get to the case just in time, the unicorn once again hits him with the rays. Thank goodness that Tony Stark was able to keep his grip on the attaché case, so he's able to change in private. And we see that he's thankful that he has this armor, this new armor, because if it was his older armor, like that yellow armor he used to wear, he would have been seen ages ago. And so we see that Iron Man shows up, and he's going to hit Unicorn so hard that they go out of the building, out of that lodging. There's snow around. This must be taking place in the winter. And so we see that there's going to be one epic battle between Iron Man and the Unicorn here. Iron Man's trying to reason with the Unicorn, but the Unicorn does not want to listen. Like I said, epic battle. And so this is good storytelling, by the way. Archie Goodwin did a very good job, I would have to say, in telling this story. The suspense was great, the action was great, the drawing is superb. There's nothing much I can say. It's just this is probably once again a reason why the Silver Age was so great in the comic books. And so we see that Unicorn is going to hit Iron Man at full force with his beams here. With that thermocouple factor here. And thanks to his new armor, he's able to deal with that force of that power. And he grabs a hold of the Unicorn's belt here, rips it off. That's the main source of Unicorn's power, and he's going to then throw it. Unicorn panics here. He's like, no, it cannot be. The Unicorn is unconquerable. Iron Man says, listen to me, man. I'll fight you if I have to, but it's no contest now. Let me help you instead. But we see here that the Unicorn is going to dive, and the clouds cover him, and Unicorn's body is nowhere to be seen. Iron Man searches, but Unicorn's body is gone. So we don't know if Unicorn died or not. But what we do know is that Iron Man was able to stop the Unicorn just in the nick of time, and he also realized why he is Iron Man in the first place. He says, now I know that no matter how demanding, no matter how personally painful for Tony Stark, No matter what befalls, there must always be an Iron Man. And so coming up next, the next title is, and coming up next month, Frenzy in a Far-Flung Future. So we'll find out what that's all about coming up next in issue number 5. Hope to see you there, and I hope you like this issue and a review of Iron Man issue number 4. And so go ahead now and give this video a like. It'd do me wonders if you can do that. And also subscribe if you have not. And comment down below what you liked about this issue. I'd love to hear your comments. And I will see y'all in the next one.